Hello Drive Radio fans, Richard Rush here today for the review of the 2017 Subaru BRZ. Now I didn't actually get to drive this car this week, it was my dad's car, but he's got a few other things going on this morning, so wanted to give you a quick kind of walk around notes of this vehicle. There's not a whole lot changed from 2016 to 2017, but it is its most significant upgrade since it was introduced a few years back, given a little bit more styling enhancements. They've added a little bit more power with the manual transmission, an optional Brembo brake package, and a few other things. So with that being said, let's give a quick walk around here real quick, and we'll go from there. In terms of this vehicle and what it looks like, I think it looks fantastic. I think this vehicle looks beautiful. I love the styling of it. For those of you that don't know, the BRZ, and it's now the Toyota 86, is actually a partnership between Toyota and Subaru, so they've kind of taken some different components from each other and been able to help make the car a little bit better, in my opinion. So just something to note. They've also added revised manual gearing and suspension tuning. They've revised it with automatic LED headlights. And I mentioned the Brembo brakes. Well, I'm going to open this up here really quick so you can show everyone the interior. It's really hard to get an interior shot of this vehicle. It is a very tiny car, which we'll get into that in just a second. Walt just showed you a second ago the 17-inch aluminum wheels, which is a really nice feature. There's really not a whole lot changed as far as the core goes. It's still the same BRZ that you're used to. A little bit of a different instrument cluster. I really like the sports seats. They do hold you in, especially when you're going around some tight turns. I like the red stitching, what they've done there. Obviously, no sunroof. It's got the 2-liter, obviously the horizontally opposed engine, which works really, really well. It's got the summer performance tires that come standard on it. It's got the keyless entry and exit. This is obviously the manual version. You've got track mode, that sort of thing. Again, they have upped the power a little bit for this year. However, and again, I'm just giving you notes based off of what my dad has said, it doesn't seem like it's helped us much at altitude. Subaru, we still want to see a turbo option or a supercharged option, something, especially at our altitude. And I'm not sure what the aftermarket holds, but still, nonetheless, would like that. I do love this spoiler right here, which I believe, again, I don't believe was on the last year. I really like that. I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks beautiful. This paint is actually I'm not sure what it is. It's a blue pearl paint. In terms of what's here in the trunk, you can open it up. Like I said, not a whole lot, enough for cargo room. Again, this is meant to be really a 2-seater, fun little sports car that you can scoot around town in. It really is a fun car to drive in terms of that. It's not the quietest car, it's not the most comfortable car on the road, but it is a fun car to drive, which is something that I don't know if I can overstate. Obviously, this is going to be a shorter review because there's not a whole lot to show on the inside. But you do have heated seats for the front passengers. I did not notice. I think it's got dual zone climate control, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm going to check that really quick. And it does not actually, so I apologize. It does not have dual zone climate control. But again, for a cabin this small, you don't really need it. You can see, last thing I'll turn your attention to are the Brembo brakes, which is really nice. It just gives a nice view to it, in my opinion. Really gives a nice contrasting color in terms of the overall appearance of the vehicle. And so to kind of wrap up things, what do we think of this vehicle? Again, the 2017 Subaru BRZ. I like the added horsepower that you've done, Subaru. I like the revised styling, that sort of things. Again, notes from my dad here. But we still need more power, especially at our altitude. Pulling into traffic up here, honestly, you have to get those RPMs super, super high, even in a manual, in order to get this vehicle up and going. And I will say, having driven it in years past, not much has changed in that sense. So again, maybe there's aftermarket, and some of you are going to comment and say, well, just put a turbo on an aftermarket. We don't comment on that. We're just taking a stock vehicle, and in our opinion, Subaru, it needs a little bit of a bump. However, I will say this price tag I do love. Under $30,000 for a sports car that you can pretty much take to a track. Granted, I'd probably do it at sea level, but that you can take to a track and run around and have an absolute blast with and still take it on the road every single day. Last thing to note, fuel economy 21 and 29, an average of 24. My dad's been able to average right around 27, 28 miles per gallon with highway city combined. So with that being said, head to your local Subaru dealer. You're not going to get much of a family in it in terms of the back seat, so try it out for yourself. Maybe take a friend with you, see if you like it, see if they like it. And when you do that, tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.